Hi, my name is Jessica Jimeno. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I am a health activist, writer, and speaker. I've worked in mental health nonprofit. I live with bipolar disorder and 4 other illnesses, polycystic ovarian syndrome, psoriasis, asthma, and a very rare neuromuscular autoimmune disease called myasthenia gravis. I carry a cane because of it, and let's see, I have my own website, my own blog, Fashionably Ill. I've had that for 3 years. I used to do a mental health podcast and blog for young adults. In addition to my website, which is at my name, www.jessicajimeno.com, in addition to Fashionably Ill, I write for 3 other websites, including Bipolar Out Loud and the Huffington Post. I also speak at different conventions. My most recent speech, though, I gave a TEDx talk at the National Museum of Mexican Art on how to get stuff done when you're depressed. That's a subject I'm very passionate about, not just sharing stories about living with mental illness, but actually sharing how we cope with mental illness. 2 qualities I think a youth leader should have are being vulnerable and sharing unique perspectives. So being vulnerable, a lot of times it's hard to talk about living with an illness, especially an illness that comes with a stigma. So my most popular article is called 5 Reasons People Abandon a Sick Friend. And it was very hard for me to write, but it's been shared by 12,000 people. It's been read 30,000 times. So it is worth it, as hard as it is to share your story. And bringing a unique perspective to the table is always welcome. So I worked in mental health nonprofit for years, and while I'm so thankful for the resources we have to help people with mental illnesses, I saw a dearth of resources for people who were living with both a mental illness like depression or bipolar disorder, and a chronic pain disease. So having an illness that causes you to be in pain 24/7, that in and of itself can cause depression. So that's part of why I started Fashionably Ill. It was a place where I could be honest, and a lot of times I hear from people living with combinations of diseases like lupus and bipolar disorder, or somebody will write to me with rheumatoid arthritis and bipolar disorder, or Parkinson's and depression, who tells me, thank you, I finally feel like somebody is telling my story. This is an underrepresented group. And I also talk about what it's like to live with a physical disability as somebody who carries a cane. And not just a physical disability, but living with a physical disability and a mental illness. So having bipolar disorder is hard enough, but on a day-to-day basis, when you encounter businesses, popular stores and restaurants that are not disability accessible, that's rough. How I've been involved with NAMI in the past, we've collaborated on multiple occasions. The most notable to me was when I moderated a life after school workshop, a session at NAMI's National Convention in San Antonio in 2013. I also led a webinar on how to get stuff done when you're depressed. Melody Moisey and I presented. We did that for National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. NAMI also did a video on me for Minority Mental Health Awareness, a little video about my life. I wrote an article about that on NAMI's blog. I was also published in NAMI's bilingual publication, Avanzamos, and I look forward to working with NAMI in the future. Thanks. Bye.